Good morning, day 4 on this sacred pilgrimage here in India. You're here with Sai, and it's incredible how much can happen in so little space of time, and just how I feel really like the possibilities for learnings and observations, they deep learnings, how they happen in some of the most simplest ways, depending on the level of observation. So today I wanted to share with you a bit of my experience yesterday, and particularly in the context of learning to say yes to the day and slowing down. So yesterday morning I woke up and was on this beautiful setting on the Ganga, and I've like literally sleeping outside under the stars, looking down. I was on a little platform, and yeah, I was woken up with the sun coming over the mountains because it was quite high at the level of the mountains, and like literally just opened the eyes and the sun gently coming in. And I did my practice and spent some time and meditated and did some Kriya Yoga, and I started to walk. Yeah, and I'd been told by someone it's really important that you have a stick. Yeah, you need to have a stick, and I'd found this stick at this place. So I was taking my first minute. Literally 2 minutes later, I hadn't seen anyone, and it was what felt like a very remote place. A man comes past on a motorbike. He stops. He says, "Hello, good morning." He's speaking very well in English. He said to me, "Oh, I'm going to the next village. It's 5 kilometers. I can take you if you want." And I felt very nice with him. I felt good, and what to do, as they say here. What to do? So this choice and inner conflict came up. It was like, oh no, I should walk. Also it's beautiful, and I'm doing this pilgrimage, I should walk. And the other part of me was like, well, if I feel it's a nice gesture, it's a nice person, and it feels right on some level, and why not? If it comes in a beautiful manner, a few kilometers down the road, and let's see what happens. So I was, sure, okay, why not? Jumped on the back and had a stick in one hand, so I had no hands. I was holding my stuff and, going down the mountain roads and on the back of the bike, and it's a really small dirt road, and pushing right up against him. And in India, it's absolutely fine. It's normal, and this kind of contact in another culture or another setting, it might be a bit too much, a bit too close. I arrived, and there's water in the village, which is great because I'd run out of water. And this man, who happened to be the doctor in this tiny village, he invited me for a chai. I said, love to, great. Went to the chai shop, we sat down, we started having a really interesting conversation, and with the chai man, who also spoke quite good English, and he was a performer. He was showing me some of his songs on YouTube. Very beautiful. These film clips in the fields, and yeah. And then another older man came, and the chai man invited me to breakfast. It was a beautiful gesture, and chapati and some vegetable. And another man came, and he was also speaking English. It was a small village, maybe 100 people, mountain village. And he started to share with me very deep yogic philosophy about the different ages of yoga, the science of yoga. So much. It was incredible. And he was also, he was retired. He'd been in the army, but he was retired, and he was also supporting people and healing, helping people heal themselves, particularly with mantra. And a mantra, for anyone who doesn't know, is the use of particular words that have a energetic frequency. So they work at an energetic level, and really the mantras, there are all sorts of different types of mantras, and they may have a particular meaning, the words. Some of the mantras, they're a primordial sound known as a bija. But really the main meaning of the mantra is not the meaning of the words, but actually the experience of the mantra. So sometimes there's confusion that it's like praying and it's prayer. It's not really. It's about aligning with a particular energetic frequency. And so it was really interesting to hear about, these people who are curing themselves from particular diseases and pains, tooth problems or tooth pain, and specific mantras for specific things. And then there was another man who was the mayor, apparently, or something equivalent. And so there was a part of me that was kind of like, okay, I should go. I haven't walked really, I have a long way to go. Well, maybe. And I guess the part of me was, and I stayed for a few hours. We were talking and sharing, and it was very interesting. And I guess there was a part of me that was really feeling like, in the mind of like, I should do this. And the other part was really trying to observe like, well, this is a beautiful moment. So the key learning for me and reminder in this was like, not what is the choice that I'm making, but where am I choosing it from? So sometimes there's a feeling of like, I need to move, I need to go, and that's what's calling me. But am I choosing to go because I feel an obligation, and I said to myself that I would walk 30 kilometers today, or because that's what I really feels right, and that's what feels aligned. And so this was, the first thing was really the choice that I'm making, the action that I'm taking. What's really important is not what I'm choosing or what action I'm taking, but where I'm taking that action from. Yeah. From obligation, from the plan, or from a place of connection that feels correct. Yeah, and the other aspect of this was also learning to let go and to slow down. So yeah, it was a really interesting experience. It was really beautiful in the village, and I walked on, and I had some time, and eventually arrived down to the Ganga and took a dip, and it was beautiful. And I thought that, and it was powerful. It felt really not just refreshing in the temperature and the coolness of, but like really like energizing, like also on an energetic level. And here it just feels so supported by nature. So like it's really full power nature. So leaving from the Ganga, I was climbing up. These stairs. I thought, okay, I'm going to walk to this town that I've, been looking to get to over these days. It's like 12, 14 kilometers. It's maybe 4:35. There's a couple of hours of light, and I'm going to try and make it. And literally 40 meters later, I get to the top of the stairs. There's a beautiful smiling man. He looks at me and says, "Namaste." He says, "Come, sit." Okay, I was thinking maybe I just ask him where the road is to meet the road again to continue. And we sit. And we start to have a little conversation, and it becomes very interesting very soon, about pilgrimage and this place where I am, and you know, who have been here before, saints that have been here, some scriptures that have been written here, the importance of this confluence that's just right near here, and just his general story and approach to life. It was fascinating. And again, it was like another moment where it was like, the sun's going down, and we're walking in the dark, and then he says, "Would you like a chai? Would you like a tea?" And he's like, "I know if I'm stopping for a chai, I'm not going to arrive where I'm planning to arrive." Yeah. So again, this conflict of I have a plan, and life is inviting me to a special moment with somebody that's actually for me is very interesting, and yeah, it was really beautiful. And so I said yes to the chai, and he invited me to stay, and so it's at a temple, and here at this temple, it's a place where they call it Chati, Yasya Chati, which is Chati is like a resting place. And he tells me this is the place of the old pilgrimage, and yeah, and actually the men at the village as well that I was with him this morning, they were also telling me stories about this path that I was on, that, you know, this was the pilgrimage route hundreds of years before they put the main road in on the other side of the river. So many people used to walk this way, like hundreds and thousands of people, and now very, very few. Some people, but very few, and really people from foreigners from outside didn't see so much, they were saying. So I also feel pretty blessed that I just happened to end up, and guided, I guess, that I ended up here, and it feels right. But yeah, so this place in this temple was a pilgrimage refuge where pilgrims would stop for a night, take rest, and continue. And he was telling me this, and he said, "You can stay here, and would you like some food? Have you eaten?" And which I'd had one chapati in the morning, and a couple of dates, and that was about it. So it's like, yeah, why not? That would be wonderful. Thank you. And yeah, and it was such a beautiful meeting and evening that we spent a bit together, cooking on the fire and making chapati and just sharing. And you had lots of interesting life experience, pilgrim experience. So beautiful, like such an open heart and just in service. You know, like it was just so simple and so humble, and it was a really great personal experience for me. Like I take a lot personally, and how I spend my time on the Camino and accompany people. It's a great reminder. And the other reminder was to check myself and, okay, what is the purpose of my journey really? Because if it's about arriving, and okay, I have 2 or 3 weeks and I have to get 300 kilometers and and I haven't gone very far, and I'm getting into this planning and this focus on I need to get there, and even the idea of today, if I get there, then I will find whatever. It's based on a projection of something that I don't know, whereas I arrived here and life was offering me something, like a beautiful gesture. And I just feel like if I was in that compulsion, I need to be somewhere else, then it would be a different experience. Like I would miss this beautiful opportunity. So it's been a great teaching, a good reminder, because also on the Camino, it's something that I can observe a lot with people, and because it's not my experience, it's much easier to observe. And in the observation is that this program that I must arrive, I need to get here, I would love to stop, but, or this is nice, but I need to go, I'm in a rush. And sometimes I ask people, a rush for what? Like, where do you need to get to? Now it's really interesting for me because I'm in this experience and I can see myself making those in my mind, making those projections and those judgments of like, yeah, I should. So it's a real strong reminder for me. It's great. And, it's not always so like clear. It's clear afterwards, but in the moment there's some inner conflict. And I think that's healthy, that tension or that inner friction is a place, if we're bringing our awareness to it, that we can really see something else, and there are moments that we can progress in whatever the relevant action is, the relevant spontaneous right action, and which happens with awareness. And yeah, I guess the other question that was for me is, what is the purpose of this journey for me? And in the end, I thought, well, I would rather not arrive to wherever I'm planning to arrive, or I would rather take a tuk-tuk for a bit, or a bus, and have these experiences, because really the purpose of my journey is to get closer to myself, commune with this experience, with nature, to practice, to use this yogic technology that I've been studying and practicing for many years, to go deeper with meditation, and to have a full experience in this way. That's why I'm here. So yes, I will see where I arrive to, and this is my objective, but I feel more importantly is what's my relationship with this objective, or with this plan, and what's my ability to leave my plan, when I think I should go, because I thought I'd be somewhere else and the sun's going down and life's giving me a beautiful invitation to sit and connect and have a roof and to be fed, and especially when there's, like I've come with a few things, so yeah, and I don't have so much food, for example, and I haven't been walking past shops, and yeah, so anyway, it's a great blessing, and beautiful reminders, beautiful learning. So again, I share this firstly, obviously, for myself, because this is really a beautiful gift for myself, and well, if it's of benefit for you, then wonderful, and if not, wonderful. Wishing you a blessed day wherever this finds you, and good journeys within.